Hey friends, I just want to come before you all very quickly. I'm gonna jump on and I'm gonna share this video, and then hopefully it blesses somebody today. I'm going to share this into, Lord Jesus, how many things I got? Okay, just bear with me. All right. Okay, so I wanted to come before you all. It's been a while. It really has been a while. And I'm not going to sit here in front with you all. I have really been going through some stuff. For 2023, I know how we enter into the years, and you have a new year and you're like, oh, it's going to be the most phenomenal year. And I'm going to be real with you. Like, I really didn't expect, the things that happen. Y'all know I'm a very transparent person. But like in December 2022, my dad ended up getting sick. And then in February, my dad passed. And, he was sick. It was something that we talked through. But that is not the moral of the story today. I really want to talk to you all in regards to the butterfly season. And you're probably like, what is it that you mean when it comes down to the butterfly season? And when we look at the butterfly season, it is a season of resurrection. It is a season of restoration. It is a season of hope. And for those who don't know me, my business is called Alana Knows Nonprofits. And also I have a nonprofit organization called I'm a Queen that I manage. And then I'm a full-time writer while somebody like revs up their engine. But, hey. So I've been thinking about this message and really thinking about, okay, well, what is it that I want to share? What is it that I want to talk about? Just to be able to come back out. And when we deal with the butterfly season, for some of us, not all of us, for some of us, we have gone through a season where we felt like we were dying. We felt like it was over. We felt like there was nothing else we could do because we didn't have this resource. We didn't have the funding. We didn't have the support. We didn't have the volunteers when it came down to the nonprofit organization. And when we look at the life of a butterfly, the scientific word is metamorphosis. And when we look at that and we look at the caterpillar and all things that the caterpillar has to go through in order to transition, in order to transform, it is the story of the butterfly. It is that moment when you surely believe that there is something more important on the other side of this. And a lot of times when we look at a butterfly season, we look at the beauty of everything. We look at how majestic things look. We look at how wonderful it is to be a butterfly. But we never take time to really understand the life of a caterpillar, the life of what the caterpillar had to go through in order to survive, in order to transition, in order to get to the next level. And I'm just here to encourage you all, because for those of you who felt like, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know what's going on, I don't know where I'm going with this organization, or do I fully have the support of the community, I'm really here just to speak to you and just say, keep going. Even when you feel like everything is crashing on you, you feel like, you're closing in, you feel like this is the darkest days of your life, the light is going to come. And you're going to have your butterfly season. You're going to have that season that is so powerful. It is so anointed. It is so amazing that no one can touch you. And I'm here to tell you, I am a testimony that I will literally sit here and tell you that you will go through hell. You will go through hell to the point you're like, nobody's here to support me. No one's going to do this for me. No one's going to do that. You're going to feel like you're alone. And in those seasons that you feel alone, take that time to invest in yourself. Take time to meditate. Take time to pray. Take time to journal. Take time to go into self to figure out what is your next steps. Where are you leading? Where are you going? There's nothing wrong with being still, because in the word it says, be still and know that I am God. And like the caterpillar, he went through hell, or she went through hell. But at the end of the day, you're going to have that butterfly season where it's going to come to you. It's going to come into the light. It's going to come. I'm serious. I'm telling you, I've gone through 90 days of, oh my God, what is this? Oh my God, how am I going to make it? And I'm here to tell you, you're going to make it. You're going to make it. Your organization, your nonprofit, it is going to prosper. And I want to read to you Joel 2:25. And this is what it says. It says, I will restore to you the years that the swarming locust has eaten. The crawling locust, the consuming locust, and the chewing locust, my great army which I sent among you. You will eat in plenty and be satisfied, and praise the Lord your God, who has dealt wondrously with you. And my people shall never be put to shame. It is literally telling you that your years are going to be restored to you. Your time is going to be restored back to you. Everything that you are going through is going to be restored. Everything that you felt like you worked so hard for is going to come back to you. There's nothing too hard for God. There's nothing too hard for God to be able to help you. There's nothing too hard for God to be able to prosper you. You may feel like you're the caterpillar because it's like, oh my God, the walls are caving in. Hey, Janelle, it's closing in on you. But I'm here to tell you, you're going to have your butterfly season. You're going to have your butterfly season, and your season is going to be so powerful. It's going to be so anointed to the point it is going to shock you. It is going to surprise you. It is literally going to be something that you wrote about in your journal years ago. Something that you prayed for, and God delivers on it. And I'm telling you, like, I'm not in the space of, yeah, I want to come on Facebook Live and give a message because I'm still grieving. However, because I have the revelation of who God is, I have revelation knowledge that I know good and well that we serve a good God. I know a God that's going to bless you. He's going to bless your nonprofit. He's going to bless your business. He's going to bless you because you're faithful. You're obedient. You cannot sit here and give up on who God is. You cannot sit here and give up. If you didn't know, I'm here to tell you, like, look, I'm a queen. Alana knows nonprofit. Me, Alana, I'm all about faith. I am. I can't do my business without God. I'm not going to do it without him. I've gone through hell for 90 days. And I'm literally sitting here telling you, yes, you will go through dark days. You will go through days when you feel like nobody's listening to you. You will go through days where you're being rejected and rejected and rejected day after day with grant proposals. You will go through those moments of your life, but you cannot give up. You can't give up. You'll go through moments where you have this idea that God gave you, and you're like, oh my God, I need sponsorships. I need this, I need that. And you're going to feel like I'm not adequate enough to do it. I'm not adequate to ask for it. Let me tell you something. If God gave you that vision, it's his bill. It's his bill. There's nothing you can do about it. I promise you. All you have to do, you got to work. Yes, you got to work. You got to work the vision. You got to work the vision. Let me tell you something. When God gives you a vision, you write it down. You make it plain. You put it so crystal clear in front of you, and you visualize it. I mean, you visualize it to the point that it shows up and it's speaking to you and it's following you. There's nothing no one can do to you. Let me tell you that I'm a huge believer. And a lot of people, they'll say, oh, well, you know, I'm a Queen is super successful. It's this and it's that. Honey, I go through hard times. For every yes, there's like 10 no's. I am a grant writer, and I have seen rejection after rejection. But for a lot of us, we fight for that 10-1. We put in 10 applications, we get that one yes. So you have to be willing to go through the process. You can do this. I promise you. I have gone through moments in my life. I have sat here and talked to God about my business. There have been days where I've said, forget this business. I don't want to do this thing anymore. I'll work a second job if I have to. But I know that God has called me to greater. He's called me to greater. He's called me to do what I have been called to do. What is that? He's called me to be a grant writer. Let me tell you something. I know it's going to sound crazy. Before I knew how to grant write, prophetically, I knew how to do a grant. Let me break that down to you. Before I was a grant writer, like before I went to formal training, before I went to paid all this money and all this stuff, I could prophetically tell you how to do a grant even before I was a grant writer, because he put it in me to do. And I didn't understand why that made sense and what was happening with God, but I know for a fact I was called to be a grant writer. I would run from it. People would be like, oh, you're a grant writer, I need your help. And I would be like, I don't know about that. And I'm here to tell you, I ran from it for years until the pandemic happened, and there was no one else that I could go to. Like, I was referring people. I was like, go contact her. I'm a writer. I've been writing since I was 6 years old. My profession that pays my bills is a writer. I'm a full-time writer. And my thing is, until I came into alignment with grant writing, is when everything started making sense. It's when confidence kicked in, because I understood who I am and what I do. And then when it comes down to I'm a queen, let me tell you something. I can run that nonprofit with my eyes closed and my hands tied behind my back. I get on a lot of people's nerves, but they cannot outwork me. Let me tell you something. When you have a vision from God, your work ethic is so sick. That is the reason why a lot of us are gifted to do certain things that we're doing. And a lot of people do not understand how you do it, why you do it, and why you do it the way that you do it. And when you have been gifted and you have been called to it, can't nobody tell you nothing. I can work. I'm a queen. Like, I'm going to tell you that one thing about me. I can work it to the point, if we got to be up 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm going for it. That's my work ethic. I've been called to that. So you got to figure out, what have you been called to do? What have you been called to do? What's your calling? What's your beat? What makes your heart flutter? What is the calling upon your life? And you're probably like, why is she up here preaching? Because that's what's in me. And I'm pretty sure I've been called to do that too. But, you know, me and God, we still have some conversations to have on that. But I am here just to tell you, you're about to enter into your butterfly season. You're going to see it. You're going to see it. Like, the one thing I always tell myself, I said, sis, you're going to see it. Sis, you're going to see it. And I know people are like, that ain't good grammar. I don't care. When I tell myself, I say, sis, talking to me, you're going to see it. I'm going to see everything I prayed for. I'm going to see everything I've been talking to God about. I'm going to see it. I'm going to see my prayers come into the light. I am going to see what I have been talking about is coming, because I have literally been tracking it down. I am coming for it. I'm going to see it. You cannot give up in this season. If you're going through a hard time, if you don't know what you're doing and how you're going to get through, don't give up. The caterpillar doesn't give up. he or she becomes the butterfly. He or she becomes the epitome of the manifestation of transformation. Don't give up, okay? So I'm just here to encourage you. This is something that I have not had energy to do. This is a God moment for me. And I'm just grateful that you all stuck around and listen. If you want to keep up with Alana Knows Nonprofits, we are doing a grant proposal boot camp starting on March 14th, the 21st and the 28th. It will be a small group of people to help you to learn how to become a grant writer. And if you don't want to be with a group of people, then you can clearly book me on my website at AlanaKnowsNonprofits.com. Hope you all enjoyed this message. I'm about to go into a meeting. So I'm about to go into a meeting. Talk to you all later. I love you. God bless you. I can't wait to see you in your butterfly season. It's happening right now. Trust me, it is. Bye, y'all.